Maybe you're just starting to learn about your human design. Maybe you're just curious about it and maybe you don't know much about it. Maybe you're knee deep and soaking in it. That's me. I've been seriously studying my human design for a couple years. Not in that I want to teach others how to all the ins and outs of human design, but I do use it when I work with other people. And I have been creating these reports for the past, I guess, 4 months or so. It's all May 2025 right now when I'm filming this. And this is my report. So I'm going to, here, let me share it on the screen, but this is mine. I printed it out. Oh my gosh, it's been such a huge gift. And so I have so many yummy, 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 yummy things in here. And one of the things that I end up doing is I create these other pages that when I think about putting this together for somebody, I'm doing it for people who are not going to go on and, sign up for that intensive course like I would to study human design. They're looking for how do they improve their life and their immediate life, and how can they use this as a tool just for themselves. And so I have been incorporating it in my client work for, gosh, I guess probably 6 or 7, 8 months, something like that. I recently am in process. I've turned in my final project for this certification program with Julie Ciarde. If you follow her, she's great. And but the people that I'm working with, they're enthusiasts, but they're not going to go sign up for a course. And when I write their reports, I think about how they're not deep entrenched in the knowledge. And there's so many reports that out there when you go get them for your human design, they're so about, like, you have to know a little something about human design in order to actually even understand them. And sometimes I would get them in my early days and I'm like, oh, I understand a fair amount, but I don't know how to apply this to real life. And that's the thing that I didn't like about a lot of the reports. So I knew when I was going to be doing them for people, I wanted to do them differently. And I think of them as mappings, like we map out something that's important to them. And so everything that gets related as a container has a definition of whatever it is that they're looking to either change, enhance, add, whatever it is in their life. And now I really think about them as flow prints, and that's how I write them. So I write sections in here that give you something for insights even 6 months down the road. That's why I have it printed, my own. I did it for myself as well. And has juicy nuggets throughout here. So no matter where I open it, I don't have to go from front to back. I can open it any page. And it's in language that's just ordinary language. Some might say dumbing it down, but I actually don't think it's dumbing it down. I think it's just making it relatable to that person, and it's reflection and it's insights. And there's nothing worse than a report just telling you, you are this and you should do that. Like, I don't jive with that either. So it's always written towards how you can see yourself, how you can use this as a mirror, as a tool, and that reflection. And I'm going to share this one part about me that is about my wave. I am a 6-2 generator with emotional authority. And if you have emotional authority, even if you aren't a generator, this might relate to you. But there's different kinds of waves, emotional waves. So that's what I love about human design. You can keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And so this one level, I talk about the tribal wave. And I have, oddly enough, I have several people in my world, a few of them who I've done reports for, but a few others as well that they're just people I know, and they don't have tribal waves. They have collective waves, and we all experience the emotional wave differently, even if we're all emotional authority. So that's part of what I'm going to share here. So I'm going to share the tribal one because that's mine. All right, your emotional wave, the tribal pulse in motion. Take a moment to breathe this in. You don't just have an emotional wave. You carry the tribal wave, an emotional current that builds, simmers, and, when not witnessed, erupts. Oh my gosh, this speaks so much to me. And it's so good to have. I feel so seen when I read this, and even though I'm the one who wrote it, to myself, when I read it back, I feel like I'm just the client and I'm not the one who wrote it. And it resonates so deeply. It's such a gift to have this because it does erupt. This wave isn't linear and it's not always visible. And I could tell you that because I have always been one like, you're so calm, cool, collective. Nothing seems to ruffle your feathers. This is why, because I have a tribal wave. It moves like a heat under the surface, gathering slowly, quietly, until something breaks. Breaks the agreement. Until someone lets you down. Until your boundaries get rubbed raw. And then, boom! It's not just a reaction. It's a revelation. Perhaps you've noticed it. Heck yeah, I've noticed it. I do notice it. The pattern of thinking you're handling it. Suffering just a little bit more, letting something slide again and again. Until you can't. Until the volcano rises. Until you lose it. And then feel as swell of guilt or confusion about why it hit so hard. It's not a flaw. It's a feature of the tribal wave. It builds from unmet expectation. It's shaped by integrity or the lack of it in your connections. It's rooted in your relationships, your community, your agreements. Here's the key. Your emotional truth is often hiding beneath the surface until something stirs the wave. And you may not even know you're upset until you are. Because I think I'm just holding it. I'm keeping it together. I can shoulder a lot. That's what I always think about. I can carry it. It's no problem. But it is. It's something that I'm not tuning into myself and recognizing and holding space for. I'll hold it for other people, but not for me. So you may not even know you're upset until you are. You're not dramatic. You're attuned. You feel the collective pulse before others do. You register misalignment in the body long before it becomes clear in the mind. So what if you allowed yourself more honest check-ins along the way? What if you gave your emotions room to surface earlier without judgment? This is something I do. I have a nervous system practice, a somatic flow. I call them energy resets. And it's about a 10 to 15 minute thing that I do every day, whether I think I need it or not. It's freaking changed my world. I have tools for when things do come up, but this other is like, I'm just not always consciously aware. My body is because I'm tensing up or something else is happening. One of the keys I know is my body. I start to close in or I start touching my face. And sometimes I notice those body cues like, oh, there it is. I notice that tension. So it's time for me to do this. But other times I just don't pick up on it because that's the nature of the tribal wave. And so there you go. So things I might decide to do. I love it. I give myself advice here. Treat myself like I'm my best client. Create rituals to check in with your body daily. Yep. Check, doing it. Notice where pressure is actually stuffed emotion. This is one that I still work on. Let your wave breathe through touch, movement, or whispered truth spoken out loud. I have a practice also that I do nearly every single day is I go for a walk. I walk with trees. There's always a skunk there. It's in grass. It's in this little park that's really wooded. Right by my house, I can walk to it. And I go for a walk and I open up my phone, and when you're walking, it frees up your expression. And I talk to text into my phone. That's another frees up your expression. And I don't worry about editing myself, correcting myself, censoring myself, punctuation. I don't even care if it's one giant paragraph. And I just get it all out. And sometimes I go back and look at it, and sometimes I just needed to get it out. And that really helps me to find where I might have some stuck emotion, where something might be bothering me that I wasn't putting two and two together. And it's a release. So that's something that I do. Remember, your yes is strongest after the wave. And your wave is strongest when it's witnessed without shame. It's where it really starts to mellow out and where your nervous system starts to calm and you create emotional safety. You don't have to wait for an eruption to acknowledge your truth. You can notice the heat early. You can soften the buildup. You can still be deep, powerful, and connected without sacrificing your nervous system to the tribe. See, I feel like I have to carry everybody's stuff. So I'm going to go back and I'll find my, here, I got a big, there we go. This is the one I want. So my tribal wave is, let's see if I can get out my markers here. This right here, because I have this channel defined, that is my tribal wave. So it's from the 59 to the 6. And that's what makes it tribal. I have a lot of people who have this one right here, the 35 to the 36, the collective. I have a lot of those people in my life. I don't have very many who have the individual wave. But who knows? Maybe some people will come to me and they will have it, and I will be able to give more firsthand accounts on that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, if you're thinking like, oh, you know what? I would really like to have something that's like this. I think I can do this, and you can kind of see a little bit of, sorry, I have to move me. So, the reports are pretty intense. This is really intense, but it's what I've been doing for everybody. And there's always these little bits in here that are really catered to what you're looking to do, ways to contemplate. And what this does in the end is it allows you to self-coach yourself. I'm not saying that it's going to teach you everything about human design, because it's not, but it is a document that helps you and enables you to self-coach. And you don't have to even know what coaching is, because it'll be here in the document for you. So it's not just a journaling exercise. It's something way deeper than that. So if this is something of interest to you, then I'm going to, I'll share the link to, you can look into the flow prints and decide if that's something that you might do. Or maybe this will be just the thing that's like, I do want to study my human design and I want to get more into it. And I'm just warning you, it's really addictive.